again. You're very persistent. Back for more, I take it?
Here's some money. Take this, and show me what you can do, but don't cry for me. I want you to shed tears for yourself.
What? That's a first. No one's ever asked for that before. Why do you want me to do that?
Frankly, because I think you need it. Don't you think you do too?
I don't know.
Luca, you haven't cried for yourself in centuries. You say you're fine, and that there's nothing wrong. But that's not true.
Why not? Why would I lie?
I believe that your tears help mend people's broken hearts. Hearts that have forgotten how to feel. But every time you help someone, part of your own heart dies a little.
What?
When you talked about the death of your acting coach, you weren't sad. You were smiling. It's as if you don't feel anything anymore. You don't know what it's like to cry for real anymore, do you? Just these fake tears in exchange for a little money. What's become of your emotions?
I still have them, really. I can cry for real. All I have to do is think of the past.
Okay, then show me.
Huh. It's not working. That's weird. It's usually so easy. Huh. Why?
Time has taken everything from you, including a part of yourself. You've forgotten how you used to feel back then.
Stop it! Don't say that! That's not true at all! I remember everything! I remembered I loved him! And to this day, I still do!
Luca, I know. It's okay.
No, it's not! If I can't cry, that means my heart is gone! It means that it's been destroyed! I don't want to believe that! I won't!
I knew you had it inside you, and you proved it.
I'm crying. These tears, they're real.
I can tell. They look pretty real from here, too. I'm sorry if what I said was harsh, but it was for your own sake.
Thank goodness. My heart is okay. It's not broken. Wait. This wasn't your plan all along, was it? To help me realize the past that I'd forgotten? To save me from losing myself?
I just wanted to get my money's worth in tears. After all, I've donated more than enough. Besides, I couldn't just sit back and watch you waste away trying to help others. Someone had to help you.
I don't know what to say. I can't believe that anyone cared enough to help someone they hardly know. Thank you for opening my eyes. I'm going to stop selling my tears. I'm done.
Good.
It's okay to cry because you care about someone, but crying because people pay you to isn't what I want to do anymore. From now on, I'm going to show people my bedazzling smile instead.
Light, what are you...
I'm out patrolling these days. Got tired of living in the shadows.
If he reads this, he'll remember everything, even the ugly past that he worked so hard to forget. He's lived happily for centuries.
Sometimes the truth does more harm than good. Do you think he'd be able to handle this? Because if you don't think he can, maybe he's better off not knowing.
I want to tell him the truth, but I don't know if I should. What's the right thing to do?
Well, hello there. Have you tried Marlin's muffins today? They're exceptional. My hat's off to you, Marlin.
I'm glad to hear that. Ranulph, I have something to tell you. It's about your journal.
My journal? Did you find that old thing?
I did. I have it with me now, in fact.
That's fantastic.
Don't get too excited. You don't remember what's written in it for good reason. You made yourself forget. And some things are better left forgotten. Are you ready to accept the reality of your past? If not, please don't read it.
What do you mean, the reality of my past? I'd like to know. I may regret my decision, but yes, I'd like to read it. I'm prepared to face the truth.
You're absolutely sure?
Yes.
All right. Here it is. The part of your past you've been missing all this time.
I remember now. I had a wife and daughter, but they were taken from me. The killer was never caught, though not for a lack of trying. I pursued him with a vengeance for years, decades even.
Whether out of frustration or rage, eventually it became too much for you to bear. Your mind chose to forget that tragic event so you could keep on going with your life.
I can't believe I've been living a lie for so long. How could I have erased the memory of my lovely wife, my beautiful daughter, their laughter, their love?
I'm sorry. Maybe recovering the journal, maybe it wasn't for the best.
No, I'm grateful you helped me remember what happened. I needed to remember. Thank you. The truth surrounding the incident is still a mystery to this day. This can't be the way it ends. I need to know what happened to my family and why. I need closure. The truth is the only thing that will help me go on with my life.
Are you sure? You don't know the things you might uncover.
I'm sure.
Hope, I need to find out the truth behind this. I owe it to him. He deserves it. Now that he remembers his past, he needs closure.
He summoned up all of his courage to face the truth. The least we can do is help him learn it all. I'll do whatever I can to help. Just say the word. Oh, I don't know if this will help, but I may have found something regarding the case.
Anything would help at this point.
I found an old newspaper article about what happened to Ranulph's family. Unfortunately, it doesn't contain anything we already don't know.
But that means there's a reporter out there who knows all about this case.
That's true. There is a chance they may know something that can lead us in the right direction. It's not much, but let's pursue it.
I should have to work again today.
We didn't get all of them.
Who is that?
Oh, it's you again. Thank you for taking such an interest in my friend's story.
Who wouldn't? A young reporter driven by a passion for truth pursues a major case of corruption, ultimately driving an innocent woman to commit suicide. But the story's not over yet, is it? I'm curious, what happens next?
He was beyond distraught. Nothing could console him. He came to realize that the pen really was mightier than the sword. And he had used his sword to punish the wrong person. And then he... I can't continue like this. I just can't. I need to tell you the truth. He... or rather, I... thought death was the only form of penance.
I suspected you may be hiding something.
I apologize. I've been lying to you this entire time. I had no such friend. The reporter, the one who killed the innocent woman, that was me.
I had a feeling. The way you've been telling the story seems to be hitting a little too close to home.
The reporter in me died long ago. I handed in my letter of resignation immediately, of course. Along with my life as a writer, I buried my precious pen. The burial ground is now a storage area somewhere in Old Town. Underneath the dirt lies the tool of my trade, and a part of myself.
So why tell me this now? What's the point in dredging up the past? It can't be easy for you.
To tell you the truth, I don't really know. I guess I've been wanting to tell someone before it was too late. People need to know what happened. As a warning, if nothing else.
Too late. You're not thinking of...
No. I've been dead for a long time now. The day I quit my job is the day I quit being me. That's the day I quit living. You see, I'm as good as dead. I'm nothing more than an empty shell of a person.
Old Town. I found a pen in that same area. It must have belonged to Armand. Obviously, it means a lot to him. Perhaps I should return it. Or would that drive him to do something rash? I have something that might belong to you.
You found my pen. During my days as a reporter, I never went anywhere without it. It was a gift from one of my fans.
Doesn't this pen remind you of a time you wanted to help people? When you were still naive, but fiercely determined?
Yes, long ago, when I wanted justice for the world. But I realized my pen is a deadly weapon. My writing is lethal. I wasn't aware of my own powers. That's what drove an innocent woman to take her life. And that's why I quit my job as a reporter and threw away this pen. Do you know how it feels to have someone's death on your conscience? The only way to make this right was to quit what I love most.
So what did you fix?
Huh?
When you threw away your career and gave up on the world, quit on life, how did any of that help anyone? Did that make anything right? It was just an excuse for you to run and hide from your past.
Then what am I to do? Writing. It's the only thing I ever knew. But it never occurred to me that my passion could end up hurting those around me. My prized treasure turned out to be a weapon.
The pen can harm people, but it can also protect the public.
You think I should start writing again? I don't know if I could do that. Or should do that.
You should, if you truly want to make things right. You've learned something important, the power and influence your writing has. People grow by learning from their mistakes. It's impossible to forget what happened in the past, but use that knowledge and do what only you can do.
Do you really think I can? All right, I'll do it. Starting over will be tough, but I'll try. You've returned my pen to me, but what's more, you've given me hope again. Thank you. Thank you.
Did you find Yule's flower? I want to see the white Chocobo again, one more time. Oh, it's all over for me.
Nadia, are you all right? What happened?
Que? Is that all you can say? Oh, darn. I guess it didn't work.
You were just pretending to be sick? Why would you do that?
Well, it's kind of an embarrassing story, but we're friends now, aren't we? I used to live in Yusnan, but I had a big falling out with my family, and I ran away from home. Back in the city, I was treated like a princess. I just had to snap my fingers to get whatever I wanted. But that's not real living, is it? I got tired of that life. I wanted to fend for myself, survive by my own skill.
But you didn't realize just how hard that would be.
I lasted 3 whole days before I collapsed in the woods, weak from thirst. And that's when this little guy came along just in time. He must have been injured too, because he was holding a Yule's flower in his beak. I thought to myself, I'm going to die, but at least I'll have this beautiful Chocobo to watch over me as I go. But then, something even more incredible and beautiful happened. The Chocobo spoke to me, as clear as I'm talking to you now. Hang in there, he said. You mustn't die. At first, all I could do was stare in shock. But then, his words began to sink in. I realized he was trying to save my life. Anyway, right after that, some villagers found me, and they nursed me back to health. But I'm sure that I wouldn't have been alive when they found me if it wasn't for my little Chocobo.
Ah, you owe him your life.
Quack.
So that's what your little play acting was about. You thought if you could convince the Chocobo that you were dying, he might start talking to you again, like he did the first time.
Yep. I was trying to recreate the scene just like it happened, with the Yule's flower in the beak and everything. And to be honest, I could do with a Chocobo giving me encouragement again. Life has been getting me down. I thought if I could hear the Chocobo talk again, he might cheer me up like the last time. I know it's stupid. Chocobos can't talk. Oh, I guess it was just in my head that first time.
It's all right. You'll find what you're looking for.
What?
Don't turn around. You're searching for meaning to your life, and you're going to find it. I know you will. In fact, maybe you already have, if you really, really think about it. Sometimes you lose your way. Sometimes the going gets so steep you fall, but the path is always there in front of you. You just have to keep going.
Yes, you're right. It is there, and I do see it. Thank you.
Yes, what do you want?
I heard the Chocobo talk. You're going to find it. I know you will. Huh. That was a clever trick you pulled, young man.
Young man, I'm a girl.
You are? Sorry, I didn't realize.
Good grief, everyone's the same. No one ever looks at me. It's like when I helped Nadia. The first time, I mean. She saw the Chocobo, but she didn't see me on its back.
Aha. So that's what happened. It was you who spoke to her. She was half dead and delirious, so she thought it was the Chocobo.
She's read way too many fairy tale books. But I guess it was kind of good it happened that way. Thanks to that, she wanted to go on living. So you can't tell Nadia the truth, okay?
Okay, agreed. What you did was good, pretending to be a Chocobo and saying those things to her. She needed that. Wise words. Sometimes the going gets so steep you fall, but the path is always there in front of you.
Huh? I didn't say anything like that. What does it even mean? I just told her it's all right, or something like that.
Wait, really? You didn't give a little speech?
No, weird. Maybe you both imagined it. Or maybe they can talk.
Who's that child?
The legendary red mushrooms. I suppose they really are extinct now.
That sounds painful.
The cough I don't mind. What hurts is not being able to help a patient. When I can't make the medications that someone really needs, that's the worst thing about being ill.
You're not talking about a Chocobo. What's the story? It sounds like there's someone you want to help.
Yes, if I could, I would do anything to take away that person's pain. I know the medication and how to make it, but I just can't find the key ingredient on my own.
What is it that you need?
A legendary red mushroom. People call it the Prim mushroom, but they all disappeared hundreds of years ago. I've been searching all this time, hoping I might still find a surviving colony.
Is the mushroom all you need to make the concoction?
Well, no. There are other things I'll need. This is the recipe. I'll need all of this. I'm sorry to ask, but...
What is it? You're getting better. Good. I'm happy to hear it.
I'm glad you could help the Chocobo. Well done, Light. So, what do you say? Why don't you saddle up and head for Rocky Crag?
Right. I need to know more about what's behind the story of the Great Chaos. And that means checking out that temple.
In the foothills near the temple is an isolated settlement called Polta. It's inhabited by disciples of the goddess Etro.
A whole village of heretics who've turned their backs on the Order.
Heretics they may be, but they aren't fanatics. They fled from persecution in the city. They only want to be left alone.
Then, I don't think they'll appreciate a stranger dropping by.
Well, you won't know until you go. Polta lies at the edge of Rocky Crag. Blight, I've been measuring your Chocobo's recovery. He's coming along well. He can leap further and higher than before. This means you'll be able to explore more areas of the wildlands. The Chocobo can now catch the wind when he jumps. You'll be able to reach more places than you could before. I think if his recovery continues, he'll be able to take you up that cliff and into the temple of the goddess.